everyone. So today we're going to talk about how to heal your IBS using the 4R approach. The 4R approach is remove, reduce, replace, reinoculate, repair. All right, so this 4R approach is going to work on kind of restoring the microbiome if you've gotten the IBS label. Now, in this presentation, I'm going to give you the exact steps on how to heal your gut. I'm going to give you everything you need to know. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, it's common more than ever today. There are many people struggling with IBS, and they're in pain. They have indigestion, they have abdominal pain, weight loss, weight gain, and things like that. That affects not only their digestion of food, assimilation of food, but like their mood and cognition. So here at Complete Vitality, we focus on getting to the root cause of your health issues: IBS, hypothyroidism, autoimmune, weight loss resistance, thyroid, all of it. We get to it. And so in this video, I want to give out the 4R approach on healing your gut for IBS. So obviously, IBS or irritable bowel syndrome is one of the most commonly diagnosed disorders in both men and women. Sadly, IBS is an umbrella diagnosis, kind of like you went to your doctor, you gotten all the colonoscopies, the tests, and they're just kind of like, yeah, you just got IBS, follow low FODMAP, and that's it. And so, you don't really get much. But there are many things that can affect IBS, such as, we'll get into it, but food sensitivities, bacteria overgrowth like SIBO, leaky gut, intestinal lining, issues. So all those things can contribute to an IBS label, okay? But just having irritable bowel doesn't really tell us like what is truly going on, and it just, taking that label is not going to help you get to the root cause. So healing your gut can be complicated, but the 4R approach is to address and correct the underlying causes of your gut issues like IBS. So keep in mind though, your thyroid influences your gut and your liver, okay? So if you have any thyroid imbalances, correcting that will inevitably help you with, your GI complaints. And then hormonal imbalances can actually stem from poor gut health, okay? Your liver detoxes your estrogen. For women that are dealing with bad PMS and things like that, poor estrogen detoxification can come from a poor liver function, poor detox pathways. So the gut is a vital vital part of your body that speaks to everything else. So what is the root cause of IBS? Gut infections, overgrowth, or dysbiosis. So if you're dealing with any type of, bacteria overgrowth, or, we're talking about H. pylori, candida, parasites, which will all impact the gut microbiome, giving you negative things. But in, conventional testing, they don't see these things in the lab markers. So then they're just kind of like, yeah, we don't know. And so they give you IBS. So any of those things, about like 40 to 60% of people struggling with IBS actually have something called SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which is an overgrowth or dysbiosis within the small intestine. Food intolerances. When you have a food intolerance, it's like gluten, wheat, soy, corn, dairy, whatever. When you eat it, it irritates the gut, particularly maybe the gut lining. So if you have, leaky gut, the food intolerances occur, you get a flare up, and you deal with extreme bloating, constipation, and abdominal pain. Stress is a big one. Stress can impair, your gut function. It can slow down your digestive enzyme secretion. So now you're dealing with acid reflux, heartburn, and things like that. So stress is a big thing. Liver dysfunction, as talked about before. If you have poor liver dysfunction, you're not able to detox out, and then you will have a toxin overload, which we'll get into with heavy metals. If you have a toxin overload, then that would indefinitely impair the gut. Inflammation is a big driver for IBS. When the gut is inflamed, it lets out something called LPS, which are lipopolysaccharides. Lipopolysaccharides is a form of inflammation within the GI tract, okay? Low digestive enzymes or stomach acid. I talk about this in my other video, tier 2 of gut dysfunction, low enzyme production, which you can see in the show notes. I talk about kind of like how, if you have low HCl, which you'd call it, which is hydrochloric acid, that will impact your digestion and assimilations of food. But not only that, but it will actually, cause an overgrowth because you will have no stomach acid, which is the first line of defense to help protect you from infections and bacteria. Hypothyroidism meaning if you're struggling with a thyroid issue, it influences your gut. So if your thyroid's not optimally functioning properly, it can impact the digestion and assimilation of the gastrointestinal lining and the whole ecosystem of the gut. And then obviously intestinal permeability. If you're dealing with any intestinal permeability, leaky gut, inevitably you will feel like, in conventional, you will get an IBS label. All right, so conquering IBS is all about finding the root cause, but it can vary from person to person. So obviously in this video, I'm going to be giving you the play-by-play to heal your gut by using the 4R approach. Okay, and so this is just some of my clients out of the mini at the Complete Vitality Functional Health Coaching that I run personally. And so yes, we saw here she was dealing with bad. She had the IBS label. Her name is Mandy. She had the IBS label. But after just in 2 months, we've been able to eradicate the dysbiosis because, like I said, she actually was struggling with SIBO. Okay. Obviously, she went from fatigue. She's down 13 pounds in just 2 months. She's obviously now down. We're on like 18 pounds right now. And this was like 3 weeks ago we made this. And then healed adrenals, all of that. So all of that impacts, okay? So let's start with this. So first, all supplements will be linked in the show notes. I'll have specific supplements for each phase that I like to use for my clients and for the success of them. So you can use them for yourself as well if you want to try this at home. So first one is remove. So we want to remove the negative bacteria. So most people think how to fix your gut is to use random probiotic supplements or to, eat really small foods or to fast, which is actually really, the opposite of what you should be doing. They kind of just don't eat, like I said, and then they buy online food intolerance tests, even though they don't really know what they're doing. And then they drink celery juice, which is actually, wild. Anyway, so we have to identify and eliminate the factors that could be contributing to your symptoms, okay, like food allergens, intolerances, infections, overgrowth, and parasites. So we got to get rid of the things that negatively affect the GI environment. We got to get rid of the things that affect the gut. So majority of the time I tell my clients to, for a period to eliminate dairy, corn, soy, gluten for sure, FODMAPs, histamines, oxalates, alcohol or coffee. I tell them to eliminate both, remove and high intensity exercise. Now this is a big one. You want to remove high intensity exercise when you are healing your gut, because when you're healing your gut, you want all the nutrients, everything to flow into there. You don't want inflammation, throughout the body because your gut's already inflamed. You don't want to inflame it more, and high intensity exercise does that. Remove processed foods. Obviously, this should be a no-brainer. Removing processed food that, because it obviously affects the gut. And then low quality supplementation. Make sure you remove that because that has filled with artificial sweeteners, not even sweeteners, but additives and things like that. And then, if you're chronically taking NSAIDs like ibuprofen or acetaminophen and things like that, that will inevitably, wreck the gut. And then PPIs, chronic use of it as well. So what I like to use in the remove phase is a set of different supplements that help, with eradicating any of the dysbiosis that may be going on. So if someone's dealing with like SIBO, you'd want to kill off that extra bacteria, the bad bacteria within the small intestine. So we like to use antifungals such as caprylic acid. So this helps eradicate, overgrowths such as like candida, which, majority of people do have. I like to use antiparasitics such as like black nut, wormwood, or oil oregano because it helps kill off parasites within the gut. So if any of these people are having these issues, like I said, this varies from person to person, these inevitably help them. I like to use antimicrobials, such as like garlic, berberine, or oil oregano, just like before, because it helps diminish any SIBO or dysbiosis, kind of like the antifungals. Because antifungals and antimicrobials are almost like the same thing, except, antifungals target, candida overgrowth. Antimicrobials just eradicate any type of dysbiosis, which is an overgrowth. And then activated charcoal I like to use because it can help remove, mold and heavy metals. So all these things are helping remove the things that are in the GI tract, okay? Now, a big thing of healing your gut is just, getting rid of the things that negatively affect it, such as like the things I just talked about. And then when you want to remove those things, you're going to also want to remove the bad bacteria. So step one, remove. Step two is reduce. I mean, my bad. This is supposed to be replace. But step two is replace. So meaning we want to replace digestive enzymes, okay? Hydrochloric acid, HCl, pancreatic enzymes, and bile acids. So based on your specific needs. Too much hydrochloric acid can cause stomach burning and lead to more trouble if H. pylori is present. So I see this a lot. People just take digestive enzymes, but they, struggle with still acid reflux, and that's because they have H. pylori, which is an overgrowth of bacteria. So you're going to have to eradicate that first. So I just have a little bit more on digestion. It's obviously a complex system that carries a lot of things. So you'd want to use this in step two, which is the replace. You're going to want to use digestive enzymes like HCl, pancreatic enzymes to help bring back, replace the ones that were gone because you didn't have any because you were dealing with heartburn, acid reflux, and low stomach acid, which then caused the issue in the beginning. So step two, replace. Now, step three, you want to renoculate. So after you've flushed the bad bacteria, replaced with digestive enzymes, you want to bring back good bacteria. Okay, so you want to repopulate your microbiome with good bacteria by using targeted probiotic supplementation. Okay, and eating fermented foods for you to feed the good bacteria, feed the yeast within the GI tract, and you can also use prebiotics. So I like to use hydrolyzed guar gum. So it acts as a prebiotic to stimulate the growth of healthy bacteria in the gut. It helps helps your gut have flourishing good bacteria. Okay, it also reduces the risk of gas and bloating that other prebiotics might cause, prebiotic fibers might cause, and then reduce symptoms of diarrhea and constipation that dominate IBS. Okay, Saccharomyces B, Saccharomyces, that's what S stands for, Saccharomyces probiotic. This is a yeast-based probiotic that can help reduce the inflammation, eradicate the infections, and aid in healing a weak intestinal lining if you're dealing with leaky gut. Now, Megaspore is another one that I like to use for reinoculate, which is a spore-based broad-spectrum probiotic, meaning it has been formulated to survive the digestion tract, okay, and the colonization. So it's helping you increase your microbial diversity. So all these are very crucial for healing your gut. Getting back, that good bacteria for it to flourish within the GI tract. And then the last one is repair. Okay, so you want to repair the gut lining. Now, this process is going to take place throughout the whole process because obviously the nutrition that I'm giving you, the training, type of training, this proper supplementation, all these things are going to repair from the beginning. But, the repair phase is to heal the gut lining through diet, lifestyle, and proper supplementation. Okay, so the best products that I like to use is glutamine, zinc carnosine, and then bovine colostrum immunoglobulins, which is helps reduce inflammation and stimulate the immune system. Okay. So an overview is during these 4 steps, remember that the diversity of plants and different types of foods are contributed. Now, if you are dealing with, leaky gut and things like that, plants can irritate the gut lining. So if that sounds like you'd want to pull back on the plants, the vegetables like that for a period of time, and then heal that gut lining through like the repair phase, and then introduce it back in. Okay. Obviously, the quality of your diet plays a significant role in the diversity and balance of your gut microbiome. Okay. So let's talk about testing for a second. There are many tests that you can run to find the true root cause of your IBS, but stool testing is great, like a GI map, food sensitivities test is also great, and maybe a SIBO breath test. Now, all these tests are, kind of expensive depending on where you're getting it from, but majority of the time when I have my clients just run through my process, necessarily we don't test right away because we know if the gut's a mess, we follow the process and see the progress. And obviously the success rate is 100%. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So like I said, again, all supplements will be linked in the show notes. But if you truly want to just get to the root cause of your issues, not guess on it anymore, and just finally heal, okay, be the next success story here. You'll see my website linked below, and it has all the success stories of all my clients here at Complete Vitality. We're working on fat loss, weight loss resistance, hypothyroidism, and gut dysfunction, okay? We are helping people with PCOS, IBS, Crohn's, colitis, hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and so much more. So by the end of time together, you will, gain more energy, deeper understanding of yourself, and just get to the root cause. Always feel free to text me if you need me help. I'm here for you. I really advocate for you. So if you want to get to the root cause of your health issues, you want to heal your gut, lose weight, feel good, look good naked, and all those things, everything that you want while giving you what you need, I'm here for you. So let's do it. Give me a message today. Message me root cause today.